guys, my name is Ryan. This is my 1988 Jeep Wrangler YJ that I'm going to be rebuilding the tub and doing a stretch and completely redoing the floors, and then we're going to do an LS swap. So today I'm going to be doing my bracing. As you can see along the tape lines, that's going to be where all my bracing is going to be with angle iron. So I'm going to get that banged out, and then I'll see you guys after the end of that. So see you in a little.
As you can see, got all my angle iron in. I do have angle iron pieces that you can't see in the video right now. But the reason I'm doing this is because when I do cut the floors out, I'm going to cut here. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to cut here. I'm going to run across this wheel well and down. I'm going to go across to the other side and do the exact same thing. And when I do that, I run the risk of this metal moving, kind of caving in on itself, maybe pulling in on itself, whatever. So angle iron eliminates that. If you're doing a roof, you're doing floors, you're doing corners on a Jeep, it's a really good idea to run angle iron. If you're just doing corners, you can strip this here, weld angle iron across, so that your wheel wells don't fold out on themselves. When you're talking about building cars, a lot of times you're working within little teeny tiny measurements. You can cut floors out, you can eyeball it, you can measure, and you can do the best you can with the naked eye, but you always run that risk of, what if this moves a quarter inch? What if that moves an eighth of an inch? Up here, I have angle iron. I'll show you in a second. I have angle iron running between pretty much the whole door opening from the cow to the corner. That's because when I cut this out, it's not going to have that structure to keep it from folding. And to the naked eye, you could be like, that didn't move at all. That's not always the case, because even if it moves quarter inch, quarter of an inch, that much, and you go to put your doors back on, you're like, why don't my doors fit? It's because it moved just that little bit and you didn't notice. So angle iron is a huge, huge part of building a car. This is quarter inch angle iron. I recommend getting quarter inch thick. I wouldn't really go any thinner because the price difference isn't big enough to justify getting thinner, and it is what's going to hold it there. You don't have to be a professional welder to do angle iron. This is just real quick, easy tacks. It's a 120-volt welder. It's in there. It's not, as you can see, it's not coming out. It is in there. It just has to be stuck so that when you cut this all apart, nothing's moving. The basis of what I'm doing right now, I've got my angle iron in. I do have a moto built order placed. Stretch corners, stretch floor. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that yet, but I ordered it because it was $90. I am going to build wheel wells for this because I am going to have the suspension come up into the tub, and it's just a lot easier to build wheel wells around that. The frame is going to be stretched 15 inches, so once I get all my angle iron in, obviously that's in. But once I do all my sheet metal work to this and to that, I'm mostly going to pull the tub and get it out of the way so I can do the frame and then put the tub back on, do the floors and the firewall. So that will all be done. That's the basis of the tub: stretch, floors, firewall. In terms of actual power and motor swap and whatnot, probably going to do an LS build, probably going to do a twin turbo. I do have a 5.3 aluminum block over there with flat top pistons. It's an L33. It's a Gen 4. Really good motor to start with, but I have it apart. I think I'm just going to do a billet bottom end, something that can hold some more boost, just because I do want this done for the summer, and I don't want to put it all together and go hit it on the road, and it sends rods everywhere. So probably going to do a bottom end in that. It does have 99 heads, so we can go with different heads and whatnot, or we could probably rock with those and run into absolute zero problem. So we'll see when we get to that point what we're going to do. Probably going to do a Turbo 400 build with it. I know Turbo 400s, I like the way that they are, so that's probably what we're going to do. transfer case, we are going to run four-wheel drive. We are going to do four-wheel drive launches with it. This is going to be an all over the place build, street, off road, at the racetrack. We're going to do all of it. So it is going to have four-wheel drive. Most likely going to do four link, make life a lot easier. Add some extra support to the frame as well with a weld-in four link. What else are we going to do? Cage. I am most likely, once the tub is done and is all the metal work is done, I'm most likely going to send it to a local shop to have them build the cage because I don't have anything here to bend pipe, and I'm not an expert on building cages, and I would much rather have somebody else do that for me so that it's actually safe and well built. So we are going to do most likely, well, I say most likely, we are going to do some bigger axles in the front and rear, something a little more beefy, maybe 1 tons, maybe 4 9-inch, whatnot. We're going to truss those, just brakes all the way around. So we are going to do something really cool. That is the plan, at least. I'm most likely going to split these videos into a what everything's happening, what's going on, and a how to do the things that I'm doing so that I can actually talk to people about, what's going on and how to do this stuff, because some people may be interested in both because they want to work on their own build. Some people really don't care how to do angle iron. So I am most likely going to split this into 2 channels, and I will also have other social medias. TikTok's probably going to be a quick, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's going on, part by part. It won't be anything in depth, what's going on, whatnot. So that's the basis. So I'm going to give this a try, and we're going to see how it goes. So if you like what you see, feel free to follow along. Message me if you think of anything else you want to see on the Jeep. Maybe you want to see me put a different transmission in. Maybe you want to see bigger tires, whatever. The plan is 42s on stock suspension, stock height, I should say, because it's going to have coilovers. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist. So I'm going to clean myself up. I'm going to go ahead and eat. So I will see you all probably sometime next week. I am waiting on my order for Moto Built, so most likely I'm going to clean the frame up, get the motor mounts off, shock stuff, all that. So it's all clean, so I can start doing some fitment with the motor and whatnot. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. I will see you in the next one.